Hey guys, it's Yankee Prepper, and today I'm going to show you how to make bulletproof coffee. Bulletproof coffee is the newest and trendiest marketing scheme on the market associated with coffee. It'll probably go down right next to this grapefruit diet scheme, later on. But right now it's really hot. It is kind of aimed at the same people that love these really cool, trendy energy drinks. He's got all kinds of really cool terms associated with it, like bulletproof. It's bulletproof coffee. That's going to attract right there the same people that are attracted to tactical. And then he's got, words like invincible and brain hacking coffee. It's incredible. And it's kind of a laugh to the people that are in coffee because coffee's been around for thousands of years. This bulletproof coffee is nothing new. The guy that's marketing this really came up with this cool story too. Like he's a computer hacker guru, and he goes to Tibet, and he's half dead from a hike in the Tibet mountains while he was soul searching, and he comes into this yurt and they fix him up some fresh roasted coffee which he's never had before, and they put secret yak butter in it, and it revives him, and he comes back to America to champion this new coffee that he's discovered so he can change people's lives. That's basically the story behind bulletproof coffee. Now, a marketing scheme like this could probably only be successful in modern America, where you have a level of historic ignorance, number one, that's at an all-time high. But even with this, it's probably only going to be attractive to a small part of the population. You do not have to travel as far as Tibet to find people preserving their dairy products in the form of butter, because butter lasts a lot longer. A lot of other cultures, for thousands of years in fact, have had to use their dairy products in the form of butter because they don't have electricity and they don't have ways of refrigeration to keep their cream fresh. A great example of this, and one that I use around the house, is ghee. Ghee is extremely pasteurized and clarified butter. It's used in India and some of the other colonial British colonies where it's pretty popular. And ghee is a highly pasteurized and clarified butter, a really rich butter, so it just won't go bad. It can be kept for maybe 10-20 years in this form. And so you'll find that readily in other countries. Even in this country, down in the Keys, now we've got modern appliances down there, but for a long time the Keys didn't have, Florida Keys, didn't have electricity. So that's why they're known for their key lime pie, which doesn't have any dairy in it. This, butter is just a better way of preserving dairy products, and that's why it's been used in coffee for thousands of years. Nothing new. Now, having said all that, there are some real facts behind this marketing, and I have to give credit where it's due. Number one, when he was in Tibet, that was probably the first time he ever had a fine cup of coffee that was fresh roasted. This is not unusual for most Americans, and that was probably what blew him away initially. Number two, butter is high in fat. Yes, this is a well-known fact. So, he comes in off the trail. Felt like he was going to die. He's soul-searching out there. They hand him the first fresh roasted, high-quality cup of coffee he's ever had, topped off with high-fat butter. And he feels like it's a miracle. It brings back his life and energy, and he's coming back with a great marketing idea to the States. So yeah, eureka! I have $1 million idea. Let's bring it back to the States. We'll call it bulletproof coffee. Make $1 million. Let me show you how to make it at home. Let's get the AeroPress set up here. Rinse that filter a little bit. This is like the 4th year going on this AeroPress, and I have to say it's still makes the best cup of coffee. So I'm going to invert this, load this up with some freshly roasted Sulawesi. Start brewing. Brew for a couple minutes. While that's brewing, I'm going to take a good chunk of organic high-fat butter. I'd say that's probably 85% fat, milk fat. I'm going to invert this back and brew for 1 more minute, a total of 3 minutes on this over my mixing cup. And we'll press her out. after brewing. Okay, we're going to have to whisk this together. And you could use a hand whisk for this. You can also use a blender, but given if you use something heavy like a blender, it's going to suck away a lot of the heat. I love this immersion blender from Cuisinart. It works good mixing soups, anything really, even when you're canning tomatoes. But it works great for bulletproof coffee. Mix it up good, and then add it to your cup. Bulletproof, man. Totally tactical. I like to add a few more ounces of water. Now you can call it bulletproof, but what you really have is a butter cappuccino. Yeah, we've had those for a long time too, like thousands of years. I mean, it is smooth, and it still lets, you know, the strength of the coffee come through. It is delicious. Of course, you know, we're starting with great coffee and then topping off with butter. It's hard to go wrong. I suggest you try it out. You know, it's worth a try. It's very good. It still lets the flavor of the coffee come through, but puts a really velvety finish to the whole thing. You know, and I'm not here to knock the different ways, especially cultural ways to enjoy your coffee. There's so much history to coffee, whether you're putting butter in it or cream or just enjoying it black. Some cultures put spices in their coffee. The first time I went to Jamaica and went up to the Blue Mountains to the plantations, they put condensed milk in because that's, you know, their cultural history to it. They didn't always have electricity there, and, you know, they always used canned and condensed milk for their coffees. Whatever you like, whatever works for it, the finer the coffee, usually the less you want to water it down with other tastes. That's my experience anyway. So anyway, there you go. Now you know how to make bulletproof coffee at home. That is very good. If you guys want to check out my website at www.yankeeprepper.com, I've got all kinds of small micro harvests and small lot coffees for you to choose from at much lower prices than what you're going to pay from the corporate stores. So anyway guys, there you go, another tutorial. Make your bulletproof butter cappuccinos at home. Talk to you later.